Hello, all my football fans out there. This is Buckeye Vinny coming to you today. This segment is going to be, yes, about Ohio high school football, and it's going to be covering the Warren G. Harding Raiders. And what a team and tradition this team has always had in their history of football. And in case you didn't know this, Warren G. Harding Raiders, in their history, they have 2 state championships. One was in 1974, where they finished 11-1, and we all remember this one. The 1990 team, where they finished a perfect 14-0 and took the crown back to Warren. And what's special about both teams were phenomenal, number one. But what was so special about the 1990 team was how they accomplished that. And for some of the viewers out there that did not know this, after the 1989 season of Warren Western Reserve and Warren Harding, they found out that due to some financial difficulties within the city, that they were going to have to consolidate both Warren Western Reserve from the west side and Warren G. Harding from the east side. And right out of the gate, a lot of the skeptics automatically was saying it wasn't going to work. It was going to hurt the students' education, too big of classes. It wasn't going to work. But it did work. And they needed the right man to come in as the head coach to make it work. And they picked none other than late, great Phil Annarella. For those that didn't know Phil Annarella, he was a class act on and off the field. And a big part of Warren G. Harding winning state in 1990 was obviously because of him. Now let me tell you, my friends out there, Harding had a stacked team. And what I mean by that was loads of talent. But again, you were going to have to mix the talent from the west side versus the talent from the east side. And let's be honest with you. At that time, Warren G. Harding and Warren Western Reserve Raiders were fierce rivals. Now all of a sudden they're coming together to form one team. That was going to be a tough task. I don't care who the coach was. But Phil Annarella made it happen. And again, for me, I remember this like it was yesterday, finding out that the 2 big schools, both big-time Division I schools from Warren, were going to consolidate together. Well, my first inklage was, this is going to be a state title team without a doubt. And it was. They had, again I said, a loaded talent on that team. Late and great Corey Stringer. We all remember him. Played at Ohio State. Went on to play at Minnesota Vikings. God bless him. They had Chris Ensign at quarterback. Chauncey Coleman was also a backup quarterback and defensive back. Anthony Butler. Myron Elsey, the big fullback. Just to name a few, this team was loaded. Wideouts, Omar Provitt, Powell. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better high school team. But again, no matter how much talent you have out there, my friends, you need the right mentor. And they did have it with Phil Annarella. Phil Annarella finished his coaching career at Warren G. Harding with an all-time record of 51 wins and only 23 losses. And yes, the 1990 state championship that he brought home to the city of Warren. So for me, a lot of people were always comparing the 1974 team with the 1990 team. Don't get me wrong. The 1974 team was a splendid team without a doubt. But we all remember, they did have one blemish on their record. And that was a loss that season to Camp McKinley Bulldogs, 19-6. The 1990 team, we all know, went a perfect 14-0. So for me, some say that the 90 team was the best of all time. I was too young, so I really don't remember the 1974 team. But I do remember the 1990 team. And this team was the best of all time. Again, when you have to mix kids from the west side and the east side, and now all of a sudden say, guess what? Your teammates now make it work. For those kids, they were no more than 16, 17, and 18. And guess what? They made it work to the point that they brought home a state championship. Again, my friends, when you mention Warren Harding, I put them up there without a doubt with your Camp McKinleys, with your Massillons, with your Steubenville Big Reds, St. Ignatius, and again, these are teams that Warren G. Harding are big-time rivals with. So for me, I had to do this segment on the Warren G. Harding Raiders, only because, again, we're not knowing if what's going on with sports right now, obviously due to the virus. So I'm here to try to give you a little breakdown with high school football, and I know I have a lot of viewers out there that love my high school football channel. So again, I hope everyone enjoyed this segment on Warren G. Harding football, the 90 team, the best of all time. Like always, peace out, God bless, stay safe. Please, my friends and fans out there, I love your comments. Please subscribe to me. I need to get my subscriptions up there. You know it's free to do that. Just click on right up the corner. And again, like always, peace out, God bless, stay safe.